I want the fucking pit to open up. Oh, everybody, show me your fucking pits and open them up. Leader of an Irish band. I think Bono was ever like, open up the fucking pit, you fucking cunt. Welcome, everyone, to the all new and improved Lunchtime Serenade podcast. This is episode 72. As you can see, I have moved. So, look at, just did it again. We have a place. Oh man, I should have fucking looked up the place. I mean, no disrespect.
The worst part is that every time that you order like an Italian place like this, the boxes all look the fucking same.
I know,
so
dude.
you can't like determine who it is, like
They
what
just
where it
buy
came
them
from.
all from the same place. This is called Alessandro's Pizza Italian Restaurant.
Oh yes, the Pizza Italian
Yes,
restaurant.
the Pizza Italian Restaurant. We were going to get a place called Osteria La Buca, which looked, like really good.
Not to say that this.
Not to say that this doesn't look really good, but this was like that place was like an upscale Italian restaurant. And it didn't open until like 8 p.m., which is very odd. So here we have this, and I'm very excited. I ordered a side of garlic bread.
It's the teeniest.
It came in its own little thing. Why would it do that?
He's so small.
Let's.
So lonely. So small.
All right.
Is that just like garlic bread that you buy at like Costco?
Oh, dude, that's the garlic bread that you can put in the freezer and then just heat up in the oven, in the microwave even.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
So you got a tiny little baby garlic bread.
Tiny garlic bread.
What is your entree over there, my
And
friend?
I got penne alla vodka, which is just a fancy way of saying penne noodles and vodka sauce. Oh my God, that's huge.
And I got a calzone, and this whole
is-
little nub is just dough.
It's just bread, huh?
This is just bread right
All right,
here.
hey, cheers, man.
Now it's got a little vodka sauce on it. I gotta like dip this in something. I can't just
Yeah,
eat
you can't
it.
raw dog that.
Dude, there's nothing better than a calzone.
This is not bad. All right, I need another bite.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
it took me like 30 minutes to find parking here. So it's a little cold. I cannot fault the restaurant for that.
Yeah, it is a bit cold.
Pizza sauce just kind of tastes like pizza sauce. There's nothing really special about it. Could have benefited from probably a little bit more oregano and maybe a little bit of thyme in there,
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has many seasonings, I will admit.
Yeah, give it a little earthiness. Kind of feels like someone just took that thing of pasta sauce at like Ralph's and was just like, there you go. There's your pasta.
Probably what they did. How's the calzone itself? I mean, you just had the bread.
No, man, I've only eaten the dough.
I feel like you're gonna have to just manhandle that shit, man.
The worst part is like trying to cut anything with
A
this.
plastic knife.
Like it bends in my hand so easily that I just
Do you still not even at the fucking?
I got a little bit right there, but it's like a quarter of this whole thing actually contains topping in it. So like that's the one downside about calzones in general. Like I cannot again fault the restaurant for that because hey man, that's just the nature of a fucking giant hot pocket. You know, it is what it is.
That's true. You're gonna get a lot of bread.
Just a lot of bread.
I gotta say, it's not like bad.
No.
It's like a pretty reliable tasting Italian food.
This fucking calzone, this big ass calzone was like $12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really damn.
Yeah, it was not very expensive at all. And like this is a lot of food. I mean, here's our cross section. Here's what we're working with.
Wow.
Down the
Okay.
center.
All right.
But like
I don't know.
it took me so long to get there.
It did take you a long. It's not easy food. This, I wouldn't pay the price that I paid for this again. But if this was like, I don't know, $5 or $6 cheaper, yeah. If I'm in a pickle and I don't know what to eat, I'd get it. But it's comparable to like, I don't know if you've ever had those like mix and match Domino's deals where you get to pick two for $5.99 each.
Oh, yeah,
You can
dude.
it's a fucking great deal, by the way. Incredible deal. Like
I smoke a lot of weed, dude. I eat a lot of like fucking random Domino's
Like
and Pizza
that's
Hut.
truly it's an incredible deal.
So good. Never get rid of that.
And I always get that. Well, they've upped the price now. It's now $6.99 instead of $5.99. Those fuckers. I know. How dare they? How
They're
dare
gonna
they?
blame inflation for it too. I fucking bet they are.
Of course they are.
Pieces of shit.
Goddamn liberals. So I'm gonna get this tastes to me like the Domino's pasta. Which if I can get that for $6, I'm not gonna pay $15 for this, you know?
Yeah. That's I mean again, like this is like fine. Like this is straight up just like deli ham that's just like folded on itself a bunch of times with
It does
some
look like a lot of ham.
with some like store-bought pepperoni. Like it kind of feels like it was just prepared instead of like
Crafted.
cooked, you know?
Yeah. I feel that. I get that vibe. But not bad overall. I mean,
overall,
it's
like,
not bad, you know?
It's a calzone, man.
Yeah. It's hard to go wrong with pasta and bread and pizza folded contraptions.
Right. I mean, if I was high, this would be the greatest thing in the world right now. Like if I was zooted, if I was in the stratosphere right now, my man, this would be everything I could have hoped for.
Yeah.
But we're not.
So it's you know, it's food.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not going to regret it. I mean, as far as taste and purchase wise, maybe my butthole will.
Dip the little garlic bread in the sauce.
Oh shit!
Maybe make that frozen garlic bread taste a little better.
Ooh, that's smart. That's very smart. All right, hold up.
I don't know why I slurp water, dude. Every time I drink something out of a coffee mug, like if I'm holding a little loop on the side of a cup, I gotta give it a little slurp. Gotta get my tongue in there so it like jiggles back and forth a little bit.
I chew ice cream, so that's fine.
Wow. The only ice cream that I chew is the you know, like those drumsticks that are like with like the chocolate nuts and shit on it. Yeah, that I chew because how the fuck else are you gonna how do you get through it? It's a shell.
There's no other
You're
way
like
to do it.
you're eating like a cone mounted turtle. Like what do you do with that?
Facts. You can't get through that shell without biting unless you really just perform cunnilingus on that shit.
Dude, if you tire out your jaw just trying to eat a drumstick. So yeah, overall, how would you rate your meal? If we could boil it down to a number.
I'll give it a 6. You know?
Yeah.
It's slightly above average, but not spectacular.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this like a 5.25.
Yeah.
Like it's good. Like I would probably eat this again if people were like, hey, what's some like good, cheap, filling food? I'd be like, here you go.
There you go. $12. You're probably, barely gonna finish all that.
A normal human being would probably have, maybe 2 or 3 meals out of this. Like I'm probably gonna box up half of this and then eat it tomorrow for lunch.
Yeah.
But like, it's fine.
I feel that. Anyways, on to the meat of the podcast. You see this intro is kind of like the calzone, and we cut off a little bit, and it's still bread, and it's like, 10 minutes in, now we finally got to the intro, to the, You want this podcast is a calzone. I do want to try it. Yeah. Oh, it's soft.
Yeah, it's like it's still very soft. Like the bread itself kind of like puffed pretty well. Like the exterior is like it kind of feels like Papa John crust though.
Yeah.
That's like the only downside.
Interesting.
But Papa John crust is the best crust out of all of the delivery pizzas. So
yeah, it is. I haven't had Papa John's in a while. We need to do like a taste test, a crust taste test one of these days.
That would be a great episode of doing like all of the deliveries.
Yes.
And just a blind taste test.
I'm about that. That'd be fun. Let's fucking do that. All right, so one more bite. We're in a new place. I moved. The move went pretty smoothly. Thank you for asking. My parents came and helped me. Thank you for asking. And I like my new landlord a lot better. Thank you for asking. No more apartment woes.
Well, we'll see. But
we'll see.
So far, so good. It seems.
Currently, no more apartment woes, except, bro, I have a bone to pick. It's a maintenance thing. It's always a maintenance thing.
It's always a maintenance thing.
There's this motherfucker, all right?
Currently.
And when I say this motherfucker, I mean the maintenance man who works here. There's one maintenance man for this entire complex. Granted, there's like 12 buildings in this entire complex. The maintenance man is doing something, has been doing something for the past 3 weeks that I've been here on the roof. Right? He puts the ladder right outside my window. And he goes up and down that shit all day. And I sit right there and I look at him all day. We make eye contact 4 times a day because he goes up and he goes down. I'm sure he thinks I'm doing fuck all, like absolutely nothing, just sitting at my desk. And I don't know what he's doing. Dude, he wears like the heaviest boots in the world.
My guy's wearing like 3-inch Doc Martens.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, playing kickball up there or something like that. He's 8 a.m. ladder goes up, 8 p.m. ladder comes down, day in, day out, except weekends.
Wild.
Every single, what takes that long?
Dude, he's just up there cracking some beers.
He's just
He's just
sitting up
chilling.
there.
He's got a couch up there. You've never seen
Oh
him.
man,
Yeah. Couch got like an awning to protect him from the
that's smart. The
sun. There we go.
yeah, the weather. The sun.
I was gonna say the weather, and I was just like, "There's no
There's
weather
no
here.
weather here, and we're there's barely even any wind. We're trapped between 2 buildings, so maybe I'll have to make friends with him one of these days and see. Because truly,
Dude, just offer him a cerveza
I should.
and just be like, "Hey, friend,
Here you go, man.
you go."
Crack open a cold one. In order to put in a maintenance request, I can't imagine he's gotten to any maintenance requests this week or in the past 3 weeks. In order to put in a maintenance request, dude, everything here, the only gripe I have about this place so far is that it's so old school. I think I talked about this, but I literally I had to get paper checks. I had to sign my lease in pen, like it was printed out, whatever.
Damn, how dare they?
I know.
How dare they make me make this?
I haven't written
my
anything
hand.
in ages.
Dude, every time I take notes for work, just getting
Penmanship
some
gets
notes.
much worse.
Oh, it looks so bad,
Yeah.
dude. It straight up looks like, you know those little motors that you put on Lego sets that
Yeah.
makes the wheels move. It's like if you attached one of those to the lower part of my hand and it just rotates
It just
like
keeps
this.
going like this while you're writing.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like when I write. Just bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a skill that you kind of have to keep doing to keep it at a certain level because dude, when I write things now, it's such chicken scratch. I used to write pretty legibly in college because I had to take notes all the time.
Dude, my brother's handwriting is so nice.
Really?
Both my parents, terrible.
I wonder if that's a genetic thing. Handwriting or
What's the nature versus nurture chart on that?
right.
You know?
I don't know.
Do you just pick it up and you're just yep, this is how you do it?
I guess. I mean, does it go hand in hand with other aspects of your you hear him?
Is that him?
I think he's coming down. Yeah, he's moving the ladder down.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Go home, my guy. Wrap it up. You had a day.
But anyways, in order to fill out a maintenance request, you have to go to the mailbox where you drop off your checks, take out a piece of paper that has all this stuff on it. You fill it out by hand, and then you text the lady, the landlord, or not the landlord, the leasing
They have a
manager.
suggestion box.
And you're like, hey, I have a maintenance request to drop off, and she'll give you a time and place to meet her. You can't just drop it back in the mailbox. Time and place to meet her, hand it off in person. And then she texts you later that day with a date that the guy is coming in. A date and time.
How old is this person?
She can't be older than my mom. I mean,
Wow.
she just doesn't, she's just not technologically savvy. When we were walking through here and I signed my lease and stuff, she's like, so all this, the kitchen is renovated and it's all new appliances, but I'm not sure if they work. I was like, what?
What do you mean
I'm
you're
not sure if they work? She's like, well, I tried to run them and I couldn't. I was like, what?
Were they plugged in, ma'am?
Well, I was like, are you I was like, okay, well, that's a problem then. I was like, should we try it right now? And she's like, you can, but I don't know what's going on. And I was like, all right. So
place is great. Only downside is nothing works.
the only downside is I have no electricity and
I can't make food. There's
do
no
anything.
refrigeration.
yeah, but it's a cool layout.
Looks cool.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try the dishwasher. And so I open the thing and I press start, normal wash, and then I close it. And then I hear it start up. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, when did you try this? She's like, just today. And I was like, okay. I was like, do you think someone hooked it up in between then? She's like, no, I've been the only one in here. And she's like, I just couldn't figure out how to do it. And I was like, okay. So I was like, so let's try the oven. So then I opened the oven, and all of the plastic from inside, from like, I guess to hold the racks in place when they ship it, was still in there. I was like, did you try to run it with this stuff in here? She's like, yeah, but I couldn't figure out how to do it anyway, so it's fine. I was like, oh my God. So I take all the stuff out of the oven, and I just press bake, set the temperature, start. Sure enough, it turns on. And I was like, she's like, I don't know how you did that. And I was like, what do you mean? Dude, I don't think this lady understands anything.
Do you think she has like a live-in maid?
Her husband does a lot of like.
Oh, really?
Does a lot of things for her, but like she's like a perfectly capable woman. I think she just like technology, anything with technology, she has her brain shuts down.
Wild.
She doesn't have an email address. I couldn't email her anything. I had to drop off all of my documents.
What do you mean she doesn't have an email address?
She doesn't have an email address. I don't know how, but she does not own an email address.
That's insane.
I know.
And she owns an entire building.
Well, she doesn't own this building.
Oh, okay. She's just the manager?
She's just the manager.
Oh my God, dude. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious.
I was also confused, but her name was not on the lease. So I was like, she's just the manager because, dude, who doesn't have an email? I mean, kids in school have email addresses. Like when you turn 5 and you go to fucking kindergarten, you get an email address.
Like she lived through the 80s, right?
Right?
Wait,
she lived.
Did emails exist in the 80s? Someone look that up and put it in the comments for me. Tell me when email was created. I could look it up, but I'm not going to do that.
Do you send things to the IRS? I mean, there's just so many things, so many implications that not having an email address entails.
Yeah, she can't be tracked.
I guess
she just really wants to be off the grid. The only thing she has is a phone number, and that's in somebody else's name.
Oh, maybe.
Somebody else.
Maybe.
No one knows who this person is. She could be lying to you.
Her name is, because she could have like 6 different names.
Yeah.
As much as I said I didn't like that, I mean,
you housed it, dude.
I was hungry.
That was 16 minutes.
Wow. With talking too.
Just sucked it up. Yeah, I boxed up the other half because I'm like, I don't want to put that in my body right now.
Smart. It's probably smart.
It's too much bread.
You're gonna wind down. You're gonna wake up at 3 a.m. with heartburn.
Dude, that's exactly what happened to me last night.
Really?
Yeah. I've never had heartburn before.
It was Brian's birthday yesterday, by the way, everyone. That's why he has heartburn.
And I'm closer to death than I ever was. But yeah, so Megan for my birthday, not to.
No, please. I was pretty much done.
Okay, but so for my birthday, we went to brunch with a couple of friends, and then came home, and Megan made me pistachio crusted rockfish, lemon buttered asparagus.
Wow.
And like sautéed or like baked, I guess. Roasted. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Roasted red potatoes. So good.
Dude, that sounds incredible.
So good. Then she made me a tres leches cake.
Yo.
Woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning. Just on fire.
Oh,
and I was like, what's happening? What's going on? So I was like in the bathroom, and I was just like standing in the bathroom at like 3, 4, 5 a.m., whatever time it was, just like in pain, but not knowing what to do about it because I didn't know what it was.
Right.
So I was like, what the fuck I was like, what do I do with this? And I was like, I bet it's heartburn. And Megan gets heartburn so often that we always have a box of like Pepsid AC.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna suck one of these down real quick. Took like a Gas X2 on top of it. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna blow up, but it'll be fine. And then went back to bed and woke up like 3 hours later, still a little in pain. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, heartburn is fucking worse.
It's awful.
It's like really bad. Like it sucks. Like it doesn't go away as easily as most other things.
Oh yeah, dude. And anybody who has acid reflux, like that's got to be just the worst experience.
Fuck.
Just dealing with that on a regular basis.
Poor things.
Awful. Dude,
damn,
terrible.
That dinner sounds incredible. Though,
it was so good.
Holy shit!
It was so good. I ate the rest for lunch today, and it was just I'm gonna risk it. I don't care. I'm just gonna do it. God, it was so good, dude. She loves me so much.
Yeah,
and I love her.
That sounds like a meal I would make for someone only if I loved them.
Oh, dude,
I would not bread a fish with pistachios unless I truly loved someone.
She was just like, you're not gonna do anything. Like, I'm gonna cook everything, but I will ask you to shell pistachios for me. And I was like, hell yeah. So she brought me like all the stuff, and I was like laying on the couch, like shirtless, watching TV, just.
What a fucking life, dude.
And I was like, this is lovely.
That sounds incredible.
That was the best 27th birthday I could have asked for.
Damn, fuck yeah. Happy birthday, Brian.
Thanks, bud.
That's amazing. I'm glad you had a good
Great
day.
time. Thanks, man.
What else did you do?
Nothing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, like
That's nice.
Like when we came home from brunch, we like woke up at like 9:45, 10ish, went to brunch, came home. Like we were both like laying on the couch just like half unconscious already, so we were just like, well, I guess we'll just do this until like whatever we have to do, and then cook dinner, watch TV. Oh, that's so nice. So good, dude. I can't believe I've gotten to this point where it's like, you know, for your birthday, you always want to do something, right? You want to have a little bit of attention and stuff like that. Yeah. For like the last 5 years, I've just been like, nah, just let me sit on the couch. Yeah, I don't want to do anything. Yeah, don't look at me, don't perceive me.
If I can have zero responsibilities and maybe like a nice meal, that's a great birthday.
Yeah. I'll pay for the meal if I have to. I don't give a shit.
I know, right? Dude. I know.
Yeah.
Zero responsibilities and a nice meal. Fucking, that's it. That's game over, boys.
The best thing, man.
Yeah,
it's so good.
God, that's so fun.
But yeah, man, it was super nice. She got me a burr grinder, so now my coffee is actually like ground in the proper way.
What were you doing before?
I was using a fucking spice grinder and just eyeballing it, man. What? I know. Like one of those little like Krups ones. So I was like, I'd pour it in, like measure it out, pour it in, just.
What the fuck, dude?
And then I was like, that looks fine. And then I did it. But now I'm just like.
And it just does it for you.
It's perfect. Pours smoothly. Looks great, tastes great, no grounds in the mug.
Damn.
Incredible. Best thing in the world. There's nothing better than properly ground coffee. Smells great.
Fucking hilarious.
Looks great.
It's not hilarious.
I'm just a degenerate.
That you were using a spice grinder.
I'm just a degenerate.
So long.
Yeah. Literally like 3 years.
You're like a big boy. You make big boy money. You could have gotten yourself a regular coffee grinder at any point.
Yep. Didn't want to. Was like, nah, I have this thing. It'll be fine.
And now the minute you get it, you're like, damn, this is the most incredible.
I was like, shit, I should have done this so long ago. I'm an idiot.
I feel like everyone's guilty of that though. Like they have
all the time.
At least one thing in their life that they're like, I know I could upgrade this, and like it might be a little bit costly, but this is gonna benefit me so much because I use it, and they're just like, and they put it off for so long, and then they finally do, and they're like, whoa, this is.
You're like, this is life changing.
That's just how people are. I don't know why. I don't fucking know why.
You get in your groove, and then you're like, this is fine.
Right.
This is cool, man. I'm fine.
I had these headphones that literally would make my ears bleed.
What?
They would make my ears bleed, and I kept them for 4 years. And I wear headphones all day, like 8 hours a day. And they would chafe this part of my ear so bad that like once a week it would start to bleed.
Oh my god, dude!
It would like crack and bleed, and then I was like.
Wait, was it the Audio Technicas?
It was Audio Technicas.
Oh, dude, I had this. Literally, did the exact same upgrade you did. Yeah. Like I had the like MH50s or whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the sound quality's great, but like it just hurts my head to wear these. Yeah. And then I finally bought literally those pair maybe like 2 years ago, and I have never in my entire life felt better. Immediately. I don't even
it was so immediate. I was like, why the fuck was I letting my ears bleed for 4 years, dude?
Crazy.
4 fucking years.
Yeah. And there's no pressure because they'll open back. So you're just like,
nice,
you can have a conversation with somebody while you still have them on. You don't have to fucking slide them off and sit like this and be like, yeah, man, what's up? While they're like crushing your throat. Yeah. It's just like giving you a thyroid issue just by wearing them incorrectly.
Yeah, truly. Behringer, is that what they are?
Bear Dynamic.
Bear Dynamics, right? Behringer
One word.
Something else. Bear Dynamic. Yeah, those. Oh my god, what a lifesaver.
Yeah,
but I'm so guilty of that. Everyone's guilty of that.
Dude, I have a buddy that's like an audio engineer who's like an on-set audio engineer, and he was the one that was like, you buy these. Yeah. He was like, just this is what you need to own, and I was like, why? And he was like,
you will know when you put them on.
Yeah. It was like, he was like, you can either spend this amount of money to have a very good set of headphones, or you can spend $10,000 and get like the professional ones. Sure. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend like $150. How about that?
Yeah. Let me do a normal person thing. Yeah. Let me not just make decisions like that.
Right. The gap between like consumer grade headphones and like actual fucking, like audiophile headphones. First of all, there's no reason to buy the most top of the line headphones. Like a pair of $150 to $200 headphones will be perfect for anything you need to do: mixing, mastering, listening, just whatever.
And especially if you're trying to do a mix, like it's always best to do it on like a lot of different things because you want to like localize it, right? Exactly. Like you don't want to just have it set for like headphones. Right. So like
put a fucking asterisk next to your release on Spotify. Please listen using $10,000 headphones. Like otherwise it's gonna sound like shit.
Take this to a Dolby theater. Sit in the center.
You need
fourth
Atmos.
row from the top, right in the center, and then listen to it that way.
And that is how it's intended to be listened to. Otherwise, don't listen to it.
Dude, we had a conversation today because my friend was like, who I work with was like, yeah, I saw the Northman this weekend and it was really great. Music was awesome, but like I couldn't fucking hear anything. And I'm like, well, yeah. I was like, you have to remember that these people who are mixing this on a mix stage are sitting in a theater that is like perfectly calibrated.
Yeah.
They have sound dampening that's perfect. The whole room that they're sitting in costs like $20 million, dude.
Facts.
And then you're going to go sit in an AMC in Iowa and be like, yeah, it didn't sound great. I'm like, yeah, dude.
Did you see it? The movie?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't know how to feel about it.
That's kind of what like everybody has told me.
Yeah.
Like me, because it's like the exact niche of things that I like. Right. I was like, this is great. Right. I love this. But in the back of my head, I'm just like, no one's gonna like this.
I was really confused, man. I gotta be honest. I mean, it was cool. There were some very cool sequences. I'm sure it was pretty historically accurate, but like I was not expecting that.
Like you've like read Hamlet, right?
I mean, in high school.
Yeah, this is the story that Hamlet is based on.
Oh.
So that like basically it was rewritten over the top of it, but it's the same thing. That's why his name is Amleth.
Oh.
It's literally like the old English.
Makes sense.
Then it translates into it.
Like I get like the storyline I understood. There were just some sequences that I was like, what is this? Why?
Dude, all the like
ending was it was interesting.
My friend was like, why'd they have to fight naked? And I'm just like, listen, I'm going to write a lot of very specific things that most people are not going to know going into the movie.
See, that's the thing.
So like, yeah, it's accurate and everything's like great, but like a normal person in 2022 going to see this movie, they're not gonna pick up on those things. They're not gonna know it.
Right.
So like what? And then people are like, they're like getting mad because they're like, well, you just don't understand art. And I'm just like, no, I mean, like, no, it's a fantastic movie. I loved every second of it. Probably one of my favorites of this last like 2 or 3 years.
Nice.
Loved it. But like the average moviegoer, no, dude, this is not the movie for them. This is not the one they should go to.
On that.
I would not recommend I would not recommend that movie to literally anybody unless they're like specifically like, I like this time period. Yeah. I'm like, cool, man, go see this one.
For you. Yeah. Otherwise, no, I feel like you have to have some pretty specific knowledge about just that whole area in order to fully get everything that was intended out of that movie.
Yeah, dude, the Valkyrie with the braces.
Yeah.
Killing it.
It was cool. I want to be will be honest. It was so cool. It was very cool. But yeah, I think most of it went right over my head. I'm gonna be completely honest. What else did I see? I saw Men this weekend.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen it yet.
Dude. First of all, I'm not gonna spoil it, but oh my god, it really like it's a slow burn for sure. It's A24, so like,
and it's Alex Garland.
Yeah, so you can kind of expect that kind of the pacing. But like, so like the first, like it's an hour 45. It's not even super long. First hour and a half, I'm like up until the 90-minute mark. I'm like,
are things happening?
Yeah. And in the last 15 minutes, I was like, what? Like it was fucking, dude. The reason it is rated R is because of the last 15 minutes. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hell yeah, I love that.
It's fucking nuts. It's very cool.
I love that so much. That's like the cool thing about like horror though, is that like you have like 90 minutes of like build where like you get a couple of scares here and there, like they're establishing some stuff, and then like the last 15 to 20 minutes they're just like, here is everything from the trailers. Like just drink it in, baby.
Exactly.
And you're gonna leave this theater and be mad.
Yeah, I know.
It's so great.
But it was very good. Would recommend.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, yeah. I saw a lot of discourse about it on Twitter, and people were not feeling it.
No,
it seemed like.
Yeah, people didn't like it. That's a movie I wouldn't recommend to the average person, probably.
Dude, that seems to be that, but that's like the A24 thing though, like it's all niche stuff.
Yeah, although X I would recommend to a horror lover. That's
a good like middle ground like horror movie.
Yeah,
like kind of hits everything you need to. There's a couple of things that are like ominous and up in the air, but like
yeah, this one I would only recommend to a specific type of horror lover. Yeah. Want the fucking pit to open up? Oh, everybody, show me your fucking pits and open them up. Leader of an Irish band. I think Bono was ever like, open up the fucking pit, you fucking cunts.
Dude, just thinking of an Irishman like screaming at a metalcore show is the funniest thing to me. Like, how does that work? Like,
I don't
logistically, like, do you
don't
still
know.
not understand them, or like, is it easier
Maybe
to
it
understand?
cancels out.
Yeah.
You know, like
'Cause,
a
like,
Scottish.
Well, when you think about it, like most British people when they're singing, they kind of like lose the accent a
Yeah.
little bit. Like it's there on words and
Right.
stuff, but like it's a little more subdued.
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
it's a little bit more of American when they like
Yeah,
sing
very
that way. But
American.
it's like, what happens when you're Irish and you do that?
Dude, I don't know. I'd love to. I feel like there's so many Irish metal bands though. Like,
yeah.
you know, like even just at the amateur level. So I don't know. I'd like to look it up. I'd like to see what they sound like.
Link us in the comments
can't
below to
fucking hear
any
you.
Irish metalcore bands that you may know of. We're looking to solve this.
We're looking to sign them
We
to
need to
Serenade
understand.
Records.
Dude, we just start a record label. That'd be so weird.
That would make no sense, but it'd be fucking hilarious. I can't fucking hear you, you fucking cunts. Or
It's just two dudes in Los Angeles constantly signing like like metalcore bands from Ireland. Everyone's like, "What is this?
What is going
What are
on?"
you doing?
oh man,
Is it sustainable? No.
no? Does it
Do
make
we
sense?
love it?
Yes. I had COVID. Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We both had COVID since the last episode.
So I went 2 full years without getting COVID.
Same. I got so pissed at I was more pissed than sick.
Dude, here's okay. So
Spin us a yarn.
last week, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago.
Megan and I went to New Jersey for a wedding. The wedding was great, super cool, like great venue, like whole thing was super nice. So the groom is Megan's friend, and he kind of like spins us a yarn about his grandmother who is here at the wedding,
Nice.
and he's like, she broke her spine like 2 weeks ago, like shattered a vertebrae. Like
God.
not even like out of alignment or
fucking-
like slipped it like it like
How does that happen? Did she fall?
no idea, no clue. So she's there, fucking Nana's killing it like on the dance floor in her wheelchair, like someone's wheeling her around and she's just fucking going for it. Dude, loved her to death. Sweetest little lady.
Very cute.
So we go through the whole thing. We get to New York because we were like, fuck it, we're on the East Coast. It's like a 20-minute train ride from
Right.
Newark into fucking Penn Station, downtown Manhattan. So we were like, why not? We'll just go there, fuck around, go see a Broadway show,
Hell yeah.
just noodle about.
Noodle.
We got a hotel room for 3 days that was like $300
Total?
total.
What?
Super nice. It was like a
Jesus.
wellness hotel.
What
So you
the
like
fuck?
walked in, the floors were like cork board, and like there were like resistance bands and like yoga mats and yoga balls and like all this other stuff. And I was like, wait, this is kind of dope.
That
I was
sounds
like,
sick.
if I was active in any way, shape, or form, this would be cool. But I'm not, so it was fine. So like go through this whole thing, and like on like the second to last day, Megan and I are both like, I don't really like feel good. Like kind of getting a little stuffy, like stomach kind of hurts, and like fly home. We're hanging out. It's like 2 days, and we're like sick, but we're not like there's nothing in our minds that are like we have COVID,
Right.
Because like we're just a little congested,
Right.
Our head kind of hurts, and like our stomachs kind of hurt, and we're tired. And we just fucking traveled for like 5 days straight, and kind of like partied and drank a little heavier than
Right.
we normally would.
Right.
So we were like, it's our bodies just
yeah.
recuperating and shit
Yeah.
like that. And so we're like hanging out, and we're just like, we should probably like get a COVID test. The person that we were at the wedding for messages us and is like, hey, just to let you know, a bunch of people tested positive. You should probably get a test. And so we're like, okay. So we order the tests, take them, and they're positive. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? Because it felt like a very like normal cold.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, I guess this is what happens when you're like vaxxed and boosted and shit like that. So I was like, cool, I'm not like mad about it. But we were like, this is, if I was gonna get it, I wanted to feel more.
I know,
you know,
man.
I wanted it to be the thing. You know,
Yeah.
well, okay, maybe that's not the right thing to say.
Hold up.
Hold up. If I was going to be sick, I wanted to be sick, not just like, oh, I'm a little sniffly,
Right.
you know, like I hate that.
Did you have a fever at any point?
I had a fever for like 3 hours.
Yeah, dude.
Cause like I woke up and Megan was like, we should take your temperature. And I was like, okay. So like took my temperature, pulled it out. It was like 100 degrees. And I was like, damn, okay. I was like, if that goes up anymore, like I'm going to go to the hospital. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna fuck around with
Right,
this shit.
right.
And like tested it again at like noon, 1 p.m., 98. And I was like, okay, cool, I guess.
What the fuck?
But my guy makes an Instagram post.
Oh no.
Nana died. She went to the wedding with a broken spine and then died.
Did she get COVID?
But in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my god, Nana got COVID, dude. And we like Megan and I were just like, oh my god, and we're like, we're like, what do we do with this? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, did we do this? Did we contribute to this? And she was like, well, you know, like sometimes old people can just kind of like pick when they die, you know, like that's probably what happened. And I was like, I hope so. Oh man, it was super weird. But
oh my god, bro. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Nana.
I was just partying with her like 3-4 days ago. Heartbreaking.
That is
Terrible.
fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to feel about that.
Exactly. We were both just like, what do we do with this information, dude? This is I don't feel good about it, but I'm also like
it could have been COVID, it could have not. She was kind of old. She had a broken back. Like things weren't looking great to begin with.
Yeah.
Shit.
She was operating at like 60% efficiency at that point. Like,
right.
Drop that any lower, it's
you know, you're really playing with fire there. Fuck.
Yeah. But dude, I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad. Not only do you have a really great wedding, overall just a stellar time, and then like a bunch of people get COVID, and then your grandma dies. Like, oh my god,
that's so
dude.
fucked, dude.
That's so like an awful like week,
that's
dude.
So fucked.
That sucks.
I mean,
man,
damn. Rest in peace, Nana. Fuck. I had COVID as well,
but you didn't die.
I didn't die.
Not to downplay.
Shit, man.
Everything.
Let's see. I had a similar experience. It's so funny. Well, not the wedding part, but the feeling sick part and not feeling like it was COVID.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way this is COVID. Like, I had like a scratchy throat, and then one day, and then it was like kind of irritating me more towards the end of the day. The next day, it was really scratchy, and I'm like, I just generally feel like I'm getting sick. You know, I'm like, this isn't great. That night I had a fever. I couldn't really sleep that well, but like the worst it got was like a fever, and I just was like, I mean, I feel gross, but like whatever, you know, it is what it is. Tested that day, negative. So I'm like, okay, great. Had a fever on and off. And then that following night, I had like slightly less of a fever. When I get sick, I get fevers. That's my thing. Like I always get a fever when I'm sick. And I get high fucking fevers, dude. When I was little, I used to get like fevers all the time. I would hit 105 on the regular.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
So you just go to the hospital all the time?
My parents would take me to the hospital like in the beginning because they're like, why the fuck is this fever so high? He's going to have a seizure or whatever. And the doctors are like, eventually they're like, you got to stop coming to the hospital.
Like, hey man, you're taking up time.
He just runs high. All right. Like just put him in ice. Like, so they would just put me in
just
the sink.
Put him in a cold shower.
Yeah, that's what they would give me, a popsicle, an orange flavored popsicle, and put me in an ice bucket.
Wait, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah. That's a great image.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tiny baby
just floating in a bucket of ice.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So I always have fevers when I'm sick, so whatever. I figured it was just run of the mill cold. And then the day after it was the most severe. It was starting to get less severe. That day after, I tested positive, and I'm like, what the?
That's so weird, dude.
I felt like noticeably better than the day before, and the day after felt so great. By the third day, it was like I had not even been sick, but I was still testing positive.
That's so weird. Dude.
It was so bizarre.
Huh.
And finally, like I just kept testing every day, and finally I tested negative the night before my parents came.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was cutting it really close. Oof, really close.
Shit. Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, it was really
so you're
weird.
Like basically asymptomatic except for like that like
a
first
fever
little
and
bit.
My throat was horrible. But
wild. Yeah, that was the thing, because I was like, well, it's a respiratory virus, so I was like, I should like have trouble breathing more than the out of shape trouble breathing that I always have.
Right.
So I was like, I was like, this just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
No, I had no trouble breathing.
Ooh, did you lose your taste? I lost my taste a week after I had it.
I mean,
Nothing.
well, my problem is that like my sense of taste is already like a
it's
little
hard to
muted.
tell.
So like,
did Megan? Did she tell you about it?
yeah, she lost her taste.
Okay.
It's like it's pretty much come back
Yeah.
since then. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I just had like one day where I was like, I do not feel good.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was like, oh, I'm like noticeably better. So it was
Wild,
and we tested once and it was positive. Tested the next day, it was negative. And we were like, okay, cool.
Just keep. Wow, what the fuck? That's wild.
Super weird.
That's wild that it was negative the day after. Well, it was probably positive that whole time.
Yeah. Like the whole time that we were just
tail
like, oh, we're just like jet lagged and tired and sick.
I got you. That makes sense.
And then it turns out, actually,
damn, that's
by
wild.
the way,
actually,
yeah, super weird. But I mean, like the wedding was like probably like 100 people maybe, and like they had like a DJ, but they had like a live band that like played with like the music. So like they had like a keyboardist, a drummer, the DJ,
right,
and then there was like a dude playing the
saxophone.
Yeah, not the alto sax. What's the slightly bigger one? Tenor.
Yeah.
Dude's just like doing that, and he's like out on the dance floor, like playing with us and shit. And I was just like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
That's so
I was
sick.
like, this guy rules.
That's
I was like, I
so
love
sick,
this
man.
guy.
I love that.
So like that was happening, and I was like, oh, this is great. And I was like, in the back of my mind, no thoughts, only vibes. And then it's like, as soon as we were leaving, I was like, that was a super spreader, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way that's safe.
I mean, that's just weddings. Events
just weddings.
in general.
Yeah.
It's hard to, especially indoors. Like it's.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, honestly, if I run that risk anytime, like I'm going to an event, but I know it's going to be like, like cold symptoms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like the beauty of like the vaccines
Right.
and stuff. The annoying thing is that like we could have just nipped it in the bud and then like never had to worry about getting it again.
Right.
But now it's just like, you're going to get it.
Right.
Like we've just fully given up and it's just like,
Everyone's
you're going to get it.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, well, okay, then I guess whatever minimizes the risk and stuff. So
But
like,
I guess you're good, right? For the next 6 months. Isn't that how it works?
I don't know what the period is.
I don't either. But
'cause,
I know you're more protected than you were having not got
because
it.
like now like the body has like full understanding of like how to combat it and fight it and stuff, and it was already pretty muted from the get-go.
Right.
So like it seems like the vaccines and the boosters and stuff are all doing their job.
Sure,
So I'm like,
yeah.
okay, like if the worst is it's gonna be is like it feels like kind of just a bad cold,
Right. Like
I can live with that.
yeah.
I just wish we didn't have to live with it, you know.
Well,
but
sure. Yeah.
it is what it is at this
Yeah.
point, I guess. That's
Yeah.
that's the frustrating part. But so yeah,
COVID.
went to the East Coast, got
yeah.
COVID, possibly killed someone's grandmother.
Oh my god, dude.
Is what it is, I guess.
That's insane. That's an insane story. That's just truly like
It's just like everything's fine, and then it isn't.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
happened.
So
And so we're like, well,
Nona
okay, I guess
died.
it's fine. But we had a great time. Wedding was great. New York was fun.
Good.
Got to see some friends. It was great.
I
Great
love
time.
that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Everything's
you know,
great. Now we're back.
it's but a blip on the radar of life.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And now I'm basically 30, so it is what it is.
Oh man. Yeah, you're gonna hit 30 a couple months before I am. That's gonna be exciting.
That's what
just know how it
every time I like have my birthday, I'm always just like, Megan, we're the same age.
Yeah, right.
Because
She's a year older.
Yeah, she
right?
turns 28 in July.
Right.
So like we have like a month and a half period
Right.
where we're the same age.
Yeah.
And I just like always I'm just like, look at us being old together. And then as soon as she turns older, I'm just like, you're old.
Like you old bitch.
You are old. Every time I tell people like when I work, everywhere I work, I'm always the youngest person, and I just
Makes
found
sense.
out that someone else that I work with is younger than me, and I'm mad about it.
Oh,
I'm like, fuck you! I'm like, you took this from me. Yeah,
I mean, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
You know, at some point.
Yeah, of course,
You
right.
can't always be the youngest
yeah,
person.
yeah. But it's just like I was like,
You were holding on to that for
Yeah,
a
I
while.
wasn't there
You had a
anymore.
good seven years of it, I guess. 6
pretty
years.
much.
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn.
you know, everything must come to an end.
Everything must come to an end.
is
Damn,
what it
that's getting COVID 2 years in at the last possible minute, being the
Dude.
youngest until just now.
The fucking midnight hour.
Yeah.
There's some dude just like blowgunned a
Yeah.
fucking like COVID into my neck,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, I guess.
I guess this is it now.
of shit.
I'm not the youngest anymore, and I have COVID. So
Like licked the needle and then just like. I make so many blowgun references. Like all the time, I'm always just like, dude, just like imagine somebody just like getting blowgunned right now, and they're just like,
All the time.
Why?
All the time you say that.
Yeah, dude, it's literally a thing I constantly think about.
Really?
Yeah, and that was why like there's like one part of the new the fuck is it, the Suicide Squad, the newest one, where like Peacemaker's walking through and he like blowguns somebody, and I was like, yes! I was like, finally. It's so great, dude. So weird.
I haven't thought of a blowgun in
Yeah,
quite a while.
Why would you?
Ever.
Why would anybody think of
Right,
that, dude?
there's no reason for me to think of
Why would
a blowgun.
anybody be like blowguns? So what's new with them?
Hey, what's the deal with blowguns?
Megan's been watching so much Seinfeld recently, and like I'm like, dude, this show's so funny, but I fucking hate Jerry Seinfeld,
Dude,
and not for like not because of like who he is or like his comedy, anything like that. Hilarious, his delivery's great.
Yeah.
Everything about him is wonderful. Cannot fucking stand his voice. So like every time he
What?
talks, I'm just like,
Oh,
make
man.
it stop.
Hey, what?
Let's like write the jokes. Let somebody else say them, man,
truly.
please.
What's the deal? Hey, what's the deal? What's the deal?
I
Sounds like he's trying to
guess.
yodel half the time. And he's just like stifling a yodel. That's what he sounds like. Hey, what's the deal?
It's like if you put him through an arpeggiator and then like turned it out of tune. That's his
what
voice.
he sounds like.
It's an out of tune arpeggio.
Yeah. Hey, what's the deal? Hey, guys. That's what he says. Fucking Jerry Seinfeld.
God, that was awful.
Hey, what's that?
That'd be a wonderful ringtone.
Yeah.
Like you're just sitting there, like text coming in, just.
Hey, what's the deal? Hey, what's the deal? Hey, what's the deal?
Everyone's terrified in the fucking house party.
Fuck is that?
Why do you have your fucking volume on, you weirdo?
Why is your phone plugged into the aux with the ringer on? Party foul.
Bro, you connected to the speaker with your fucking sound on? You
That's a cardinal
psychopath.
sin of party DJing. You bitch. Get
You
out.
fucking bitch. God. Someone clip that for me. I say as I'm gonna go home and edit it anyways. I can clip it myself.
I will clip it myself. Make a mental
like,
note
well,
of that shit. You
It's
ever
fine.
used Facebook Marketplace?
Once.
Yeah, I haven't really been much of a user myself until recently when I'm trying to furnish things that I haven't had to furnish before, and I'm like, let's just check. Bro, it is, I mean, you can go down a fucking rabbit hole. So I found this couch that I really wanted though. I was like, this is so sick. It was inflatable, right? But it was dude, no.
An inflatable couch?
Not for my main couch, for like in my room. It was like an inflatable couch.
Dude, you bring someone home and you're just like, so you
So,
wanna hit up the bed or
Or
inflatable couch? You pass out. They're just like, do I
go home.
Do I call an Uber?
See you later.
You okay?
So it was like this like designer couch, right? It was like an actual designer couch, but it's inflatable. It's got like metal support beams, and it's like this cool see-through like blue couch that you have to inflate with like a pump. And I
Made of like kiddie pool material.
kind of, it's like really strong. It can be outdoors or indoors, but it's I'll show you a picture. I think I have a picture of it. It's literally like it looks like a kiddie pool. That's the best way I can describe it.
What the fuck?
Right?
It's like that's straight up like an inflatable pool.
Yes.
That somebody like turned into a couch.
Yeah. So I was like, that is very interesting. I was like, that's got to be like, like some weird piece of shit furniture. It's not. It's a designer couch, and it retails for $2,000. Right?
Is it comfortable?
I have no idea, but this person was selling it for $200, and I'm like, okay. So I message her, and I'm like, hey, I'm interested in your couch, and she's like, great. Can you come by today? I was like, oh. I was like, can you take $150? And she's like, yes. And I was like, let's go.
Tight.
So we go in, or I text her, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can come. Just let me know what time is good for you. No reply. So then like an hour later, I'm like, hey, just wondering, this was Sunday. This was last Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
The day last Sunday, a week ago almost. What's the best time to come? No response. An hour later, hey, just wondering, I can swing by around 4 if that works. No response. 5 hours later at like 9 p.m., I'm like, hey, I can come by tomorrow. Like, let me know. I get a response in the morning. I just got to read them because, man, like...
Unhinged?
Unhinged.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's see. So I'm like, yeah, is it still available? Blah, blah, blah. If you're serious, let me know. I'll take down the listing and start to deflate it. And I was like, okay, yes, I'm serious. Where are you located? What time is good for you? And I said, also, how long does it take to deflate? I'd like to be able to sit on it if possible before I take it home. Mm-hmm. And she said, I can't imagine it takes long. I've never deflated it before, but I'll finish filling it up if you want to sit on it. And I was like, okay.
So this thing just like never deflates?
Well,
it's that tight.
She just got it, and she wanted a different color, so she bought a different color. This person's probably got money.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, I wanted the pink one. I got the pink one instead.
She took like a $1,900 L and was just like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I got my kiddie pool couch. Cool. It's fine.
So she's like, I'm in Marina Del Rey. I was like, okay, cool. Do you think it could fit in a car trunk with the back seats down, or would it require something bigger? No response. I texted an hour later. Let me know what time works for you. I live about 35 minutes away, but I'm free the rest of the day. No response. So at 3, hey, can I pick it up at 4? No response. At 5:30, hey, just checking back in. Let me know if I can come pick it up today. Nothing. The next day at 4 p.m., 24 hours later.
4 p.m.
Hey, I'm sorry. Would you be able to come by tomorrow? And I was like, she said, my wife just deflated it, so I'm making sure I get the air pump back from my friend so you can sit on it.
This person is flaky as fuck.
And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Tomorrow's great. Is there a certain time that works best for you? She said, tomorrow at noon works. Let me see if I can get a pump on Amazon for tomorrow. But mind you, she just said her friend had the pump. I was like, okay, cool. Tomorrow at noon is great. I'll touch base again in the morning. So the next morning, 9 a.m. Good morning. Were you able to get a pump? No response. At noon. Hi, is noon still good for you? I'm free for the next hour and a half or so. No response. 3 hours later, 3 p.m. Hi, Nick. Today, I'm sorry, today has been a bit of a cluster. I couldn't get a hold of my friend who is holding the pump for ransom. If you're interested and want to take it without the pump, you can have it for $100. At this point, I made you wait. And I was like, okay, yeah, that works. I appreciate it. What kind of pump do I need to get? Does any kind of pump work, or do I need a special air compressor? No response. The next day, this has been going on for 5 days.
It's a whole week.
Any pump works. I'd suggest an electric pump so you don't have to pump it manually. I said, great, thanks. I'll get a pump. What time today works the best to pick it up? Today ideally works. And I was like, that's not what I fucking asked. I said, what time?
That is not what I said.
So then I responded immediately. I'm responding to all her messages immediately. She's taking hours between them. I was like, okay, great. I can leave at around 1 this afternoon. Does that work for you? No response. This is at 10 a.m.
This bitch.
So then 3:30. Hi, sorry to bother. I'm free until 8 tonight if any time between now and then works. She texts back immediately. If you want to head over now, I'll be here. I was like, great. I'll head out soon and let you know my ETA. What's the address? No response.
just Marina Del Rey.
Just come to Marina Del Rey.
Just drive.
Drive into the ocean.
To the marina. Just
the couch will be there.
It'll be there.
Deflated couch, it will be there.
Yeah. It's filled with water because it's a kiddie pool.
So at this point, I had bought a pump because I'm thinking she doesn't have the fucking pump. I want to inflate it.
Did you also get it off Facebook Marketplace?
No, I fucking should have. I bought it at Target. I bought the pump, right? Okay. So I'm like,
go Target.
And then so I said, so this no response, right? She's like, head over now, and I'm like, great, where? No fucking response. 3 hours later, I was like,
Marina Del Rey. I
was like, hey, at this point, I'm gonna hit rush hour traffic. I can come tonight afterwards, though, if that works.
This is like a weekday now, right?
This is a weekday. This is let's see, the 18th. So this was a Wednesday. So I was like, yeah, let me know whenever you get the chance. No response.
Oh my god.
The next day, I was like, because she had said what she said. Oh, I leave for a work trip to Chicago on Thursday. So if you can't get it until then, my wife can handle the communication. So then this is Thursday at this point. I'm like, hey, does your wife want to handle the sale while you're gone, or should we just call this a wash? No response. And then I looked later that day and it was sold.
What the fuck, dude?
So she's fucking two-timing me and talking to other fucking buyers? Brother, I was willing to leave immediately both times you asked me to come over. I fucking hate Facebook Marketplace, dude.
Dude,
The most entitled shit ever.
that's
like
so funny, man.
Stringing me along like I don't have better things to do. Why would you text me, come over now, not text me where to go, and then just ghost me? Forever. I didn't get any messages after that ever.
Wow, dude.
Fucking insane.
That's so...
What did
Can
she
you
expect
leave
me
like
to
seller
do?
reviews?
You can, yes. And I did. And it said, did you buy this from this person? And I said, no. But I think Facebook has... And so then I gave her 1 star and I typed in, what the fuck was up. But I don't think... Actually, I don't know if it's live. I think Facebook has to review it, obviously. But
Okay.
let's see. If it is live... Oh, hold up.
That's so funny, dude.
Come on.
That's
Let's see if it's live.
that's so wild. The one time I bought anything off of Facebook Marketplace was I bought a refrigerator when I moved into my old apartment. Because of course, nothing comes with a fucking
Oh
refrigerator.
yeah, I had to buy a fridge here. It makes no
weird,
fucking sense.
Weird as hell. I hate that that's a
doesn't
thing
make any
in
sense,
California. I hate it so much. So like we went on Facebook Marketplace and we found one that was like $80. They were like, "Come, just take it. We're moving.
Love that.
We don't need it.
Okay.
Like please, $80. So showed up, like it was this like lovely family, and like the dude was like, yeah, like we'll put it on the dolly, we'll strap it up, we'll put it in the van for you, do everything, and then just we'll Venmo and then we'll move on. And I was like, dope, sounds good.
Yeah.
Put it in the U-Haul. Venmo'd the guy, left. It's like an hour ordeal, all said and done. And I was like, wow, this is fine. This is okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
Great. That's that.
Yeah.
Easy. Oh, I love that.
That's the story. That's the whole thing.
God, I
There's
love
there's nothing else. No extrapolation.
That's great. I looked for a fridge on Facebook Marketplace, but I couldn't find any. Like, I feel like you have to find one at the right time when like someone's either moving or whatever, because everything else was just like, it was either way too expensive for what it was, or it was just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I just ended up buying a new fridge, which goddamn fridges are expensive.
Yeah,
dude.
Appliances suck.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. It's the worst thing in the world. That was like every time I'm just like, yeah, having like a normal place will have like a dishwasher, an oven, and a refrigerator. Never have to worry about it. Makes sense. That's how everybody does it.
Right.
And now they're just like, no.
They're like, not the fridge, actually.
Yeah, they're like, everything else, sure. Fridge.
You handle that $1,000 expense.
Yeah.
On your own.
Every single one that somebody leaves here, we take it out back and we bury it in the yard.
We office space that shit.
Yeah. If you want any of them, there's a shovel in the shed. You
put it
can
all
rent.
together.
You can rent it for $5 an hour. Dig that shit out of the backyard, my guy.
God.
Clean it, put it back in. Otherwise, you're shit out of luck.
God, they really just find ways to fuck you every single dude. They tried to get me to lease a garage door clicker
No.
for $10 a month.
Dumb.
I bought one for $10, and now it's mine forever. $10 a month for a fucking dude.
Dumb.
Insane.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's so dumb. At least like my apartment was like, hey, here's all this stuff. And then a year later, they were like, oh, but now you got to pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. They made us start paying for our parking. They made us start paying for like all this other shit.
Dude.
So we're like,
It's
yeah,
so
we're
predatory
out,
here, man.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if it's everywhere or not, but like,
And then they raise your rent by like $200, $300 every lease
year.
term.
Yeah.
Awful.
I know, which
I'm
seems illegal.
just waiting for the fucking housing market to collapse because it's
Yeah.
any day now, baby.
Any fucking day.
I'm gonna
Next
pick that
year or
shit
so.
off like vultures, dude.
Yeah.
Just that's not how vultures eat, but it's like a rat on like a vulture body. What? That was wild. That sounded like a doorbell.
It does, but it's not my doorbell. I got a Ring. It sucks.
Oh, nice.
It's an off-brand Ring.
Oh well, that's what you get. Off-brand Roomba, off-brand
Off-brand
ring.
I'm
Nothing
just an
really
off-brand
works.
guy.
Dude, I found my first cell phone like a couple months ago here. I don't know why
Why
I
was it
still
here?
have it. I don't know, man. I had that thing in 7th grade. It was like a little
Damn, what kind of phone was it?
it was like a prepaid like Samsung flip phone thing.
Yeah.
But I like opened it and had the fucking Singular logo as the background when I booted up, and I was like, man, this company doesn't even exist anymore.
Right?
Holy shit.
Damn, I had a track phone for a while. I think that was the company that I can't remember. It was like a $10 a month prepaid or something. You got like 100 texts or some shit like that. It was a little flip phone. It looked like a Motorola Razr, but it wasn't. But it was like the off-brand Motorola Razr. Oh, I thought it was so cool.
Dude, I remember when like when I like actually first started like texting friends, and my dad like almost murdered me because he was just like, "Why are you sending that many text messages?" And I was like, "Because I have friends and I want to talk to them."
Fucking cool, dad.
Yeah, and I was like, "Because I'm popular. I got 6 friends. Come on."
Because it takes me an hour to fucking text one person.
Yeah. And like, and I was just like, look, man, I'm just ahead of the curve. Like, this is the future.
Right.
It's using your thumbs and shit like that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I was the weirdest.
Because you had to pay. Did you have to pay per text or something? Why was he getting mad?
Well, we had an unlimited plan, so it didn't matter because like the company that he worked for like basically gave him an unlimited family plan, so he just loaded us onto it, which was
nice.
And that's what I'm still on.
Oh yeah,
still
you're grandfathered in. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
So we're just like, all right, cool, this is great. But yeah, so like it was like you just sent him whenever, and it was just like he was like, this is like 1,500. I was like, that's it. I was like, that's
rookie numbers.
It's kind of low.
Yeah.
that's not what I thought it was. And he was just like, Mitchell, my brother. He was just like, Mitchell has sent 15, and I was like, yeah, man,
because he's an L7 wiener.
I was just like, I'm like, yeah, he doesn't want to talk to people. I get it. I fully understand it. Damn. It's just hey, man.
That's just the fucking. You were ahead of the curve, man. Texts. It was so fucking hard.
It was awful because you had to like triple tap it to get a letter.
And then I finally had one of those phones with like the built-in like hardware keyboard. Did you have one of those ever?
I did. That was the next phone. I had like the little like, I don't fucking remember what it was called, but it was the ones where it would like, you would slide it up and it would have a normal thing, and then you'd slide it down and over. And it had like,
those were so sick, dude.
Loved them,
dude. Phones used to be fucking tight looking.
So cool.
Like the ingenuity that would go, like the fucking sidekick. They went like, whoop.
Oh, dude, Zoe 101 made me want those shits so bad.
Yes,
I'm like, damn, that's cool as hell.
Phones used to be fucking dope, and now they're just like fucking there's no, I mean, obviously there's different kinds of innovation, but like the hardware that they had, I geek out over shit like that.
There's just something cool. There's something so like, you kind of look at it with like a childlike wonder. You know, you look at like any like technology from like the 90s, like the 80s and 90s, you're just like, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like new, right? You know, right? Where like we've kind of like hit a plateau basically, where it's just like, all right,
everything looks the same, and just the internals are different.
Exactly,
now. That's what it is.
Like we're doing things with like physics that we never thought possible. Yeah. But back then it was just like, look at this injection molded plastic, baby.
That's fucking tight, dude. I really want the trend of clear plastic casing on electronics to come back.
Really?
Like,
of everything. That's what you want the most?
Oh, yeah. That trend was fucking sick. Like, I want that.
Yeah, dude.
I want that.
There's something cool about being able to, like, see the shit, dude. You know? Like, I had like, the GameCube controllers where, like, the bottom half was the clear plastic. Yeah. And I was like, man, I can't see shit through this plastic, but it's cool that the option exists.
Yes, it looks cool. Yeah, I fucking... God, if one thing could come back from like the 90s, like that's the one I would want the most.
You get like a special iPhone that's just like the thing, but then it's like clear, like plexiglass on the back. That would
be sick.
That would actually be really cool.
So fucking sick. A see-through. Oh,
that'd be sick. That would be really cool.
Actually. It would be cool. Fucking bring it back, guys.
Somebody, please.
TVs.
Well, I mean, even like style is going back to like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
like comes back. Everybody wants it. Like you hit a nostalgia point every like 20 years,
right?
Because like
for 20 years prior.
Yeah, exactly. Because like for early 2000s, like 90s and stuff like that, we were getting like 40s and 50s like gangster movies and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then like now we're getting stuff set in like the 70s and 80s because that's like the 40-year like jump of like when we like something. And then like what's popular like among like small groups is always like something from like just a previous decade or two.
Right.
So like the style of 2000s is coming back.
Y2K aesthetic is fucking huge.
It's wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me.
It's so cool. I like it. It'd be interesting
to
like study. No, I'm not either. It's like really interesting. I'm sure there's some kind of psychology behind it. There has to. I mean, obviously there is, but it is interesting. You know,
dude. I watched a video of this dude basically explaining why like in the 90s all of our like music was like kind of heavier and like grungier and sadder. Like we had the rise of grunge and emo and stuff like that in the time. And then like even the style and like movies were even like more kind of depressing and sad and stuff like that. And they were like, because everything in the 90s was kind of good. Like everything was like nothing was really like everybody kind of had money to like do things. Like people were in better places and stuff like that. Like
that makes sense.
There was only one war and like all this other shit. And they were like, so like we like wanted the grime and the grunge because we never like we didn't have that. And I was like, so that's why.
That makes so much sense. Wow, what the fuck?
Right?
That's crazy.
I never thought about it in that light before.
Right,
And I was like, this fucking guy. I was like, that's why you're the academic and I'm the idiot watching your 10-minute YouTube video.
I get so much of my information from like, you know, niche 10-minute YouTube videos, dude.
Yeah.
There's this guy who I watched a 14-minute video the other day on a 7-segment displays. You know those little things like that are in clocks that have like the whatever. I watched a 14-minute explainer video on those. It was enlightening.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like old LED readouts and stuff.
Shit like that.
I love that.
And like why that's the standard and why it never progressed past that. It's very interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, but like why? What was the reason?
They just, that was the most efficient. And then this guy,
they were just like, we don't want to change it.
And then this guy, like, he's like, to prove it. And he like went on and tried to create like his own type of displays. He's like, this is kind of like the magic number, 7 segments. Like you can have more and it gets really, you know, then you can make pretty much any character, but then it's hard to read certain characters. You can have way less, and it like, you know, becomes more efficient as far as displaying them, but then some letters you have to compromise or some numbers. It was very interesting. I'll send you the video. It's like,
that's cool as hell.
It was really, really interesting. Huh. Yeah.
Dude, I love that stuff. I love like the explanations of technology.
Yeah.
But from from a efficiency standpoint, because like pretty much every server that like runs every financial institution, it was built in like the 60s. And they've just never updated it. Wow. So like there's like a group of like 50 people that can repair them. That's it.
They're going to start dwindling real quick here too, man.
And that's why I like watched this whole thing about it and they were just like, yeah, like our financial system literally is built on like 90-year-old servers and like software languages that don't even exist anymore. Right. Like it's like some of them are on like old COBOL servers. Like some of them even still run like Fortran.
Oh, dude.
So like someone had to make an interface to like work without using punch cards. Right. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? I hate this.
I mean, they're just milking that for as long as possible. Yeah. I mean, eventually something's going to have to change, or they're going to have to train new people for that. That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, dude. And that's why like some people will literally, like you'll get like shit on by the SEC if you like pay for like better. It's illegal. Like you can't do it, but like people will pay to get a like direct line internet connection so that they get financial information like fractions of a second faster than other people so that they can make trades faster. And that's like it's like basically market fixing. So like you can't do that.
Interesting.
But like people will do that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Damn, the fact that that fractions of a second make a difference, like that's fucking crazy.
So weird.
Wow.
So weird, man. And now we have crypto crashing.
Right. Oh,
and
dude.
so all these motherfuckers.
Oh my God. Good fucking riddance, man.
I'm so happy.
Everything is at an all-time low. It's amazing.
I felt like I like woke up and it was like the first thing on Reddit and I was like, oh my God. And I went to like, because like the cryptocurrency subreddit, they were posting like the suicide hotlines and stuff like that. Yeah. Like they were like one dude was just like, I literally just lost like $450,000. Yeah. Like I've lost every cent that I've ever made. And I was like,
dude, I mean, it's like
why would you go all in on these things, people?
I don't know, but yeah, a lot of people were posting like help hotlines because like fucking that's
dude,
devastating.
Yeah. I mean, you can essentially ruin your life,
right?
And it's I don't know what happened.
Fucking gamble, dude.
People gamble a little too far with it.
Too far. Fuck.
Damn, dude.
Fuck.
Well,
hey, on that note, if you lost your crypto, we hope you get the help that you need. Maybe next time invest in like stocks and bonds and
commodities,
stuff that's pretty much always
like
going to
a
go
401k,
up. S&P 500,
like an IRA.
Yeah,
like
safe bets. Right. I don't know, but hey, we're not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. We're legally obligated to say so, legally by our contract. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast. We'll have a different setup. I'm waiting on the kitchen table.
We're working on it.
We got an open sign coming. We're gonna have a flag. Like, it's gonna be cool. So we're just in the transitional period our end. So thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate it. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you guys next time.
Middle of the day, middle of the week.
Peace.